Rutgers. Thank you for taking this time to focus on yourself. This month, we're talking about stress and dealing with stress. One of the quotes that I actually particularly like is actually by one of my favorite authors of The Alchemist, Paulo Coelho, where he says, anxiety was born in the way, in the very same moment as mankind. And since we will never be able to master it, we will have to learn to live with it, just as we have learned to live with storms. So, anxiety is actually a byproduct of stress. Oftentimes, I know for me, I don't know, I don't stress about things that I can control. Maybe it's the um, um, maybe that's just the way that I'm wired. Things I can control, I don't normally stress over because I try to prepare for them. I kind of work through them, but it's the things that I can't control that I normally have stress over. It can be things like being stuck in traffic. I'll stress over that. Or it can be something as simple as, since we're in March Madness, my favorite basketball team or my favorite football team, stressing over whether or not they're going to win or, get through a particular play. I'm not suggesting that you do these yoga practices at the stadium or the arena, but these are things that you can actually kind of do throughout your day, at work, at home, in a quiet place, to help alleviate that anxiety, that stress in your life. Anxiety often is accompanied with accelerated heart rate, you know, being being hot. It can be accompanied with so many things, but hopefully, again, this yoga practice today will help you with that. So let's go ahead and begin. If you can go ahead and get into your comfortable seat, just drawing one heel into the body, the other heel into the body. Let your knees fall open. If you're able to elevate on something, whether it's a pillow or a block or even a book, you can go ahead and do that. That just kind of gives you a little bit more stability and also allows your knees to organically fall towards the floor. Bring your hands to your center towards your pelvis, palms are facing up. Allow your eyes to close. You're going to take a deep inhale in through your nose and open the mouth and exhale the air out. Inhale in through your nose and open the mouth and exhale the air out. One more deep inhale in. And open the mouth, exhale the air out. Placing your hands on your knees. As you inhale, allow your shoulders to float up towards your ears. And as you exhale, roll them back. For one, we're doing fives today. Inhale, lifting the shoulders up towards your ears, and exhale, roll them back. For two, inhale, and exhale for three. Inhale, roll them back for four, and last one, inhale, and roll them back for five. You're going to inhale the arms up overhead, lifting the head up, then placing the left hand down, grabbing onto the left ear with your right hand, and guiding the head over towards the right. You're trying to create space between your left ear and your left shoulder, lengthening and stretching the side of the neck. We're holding here for 5 breaths. Again, we're working on fives. Either we're holding for 5 breaths or we're doing 5 rounds. We're already on 3, just 2 more breaths here. And last one. Deep inhale in. And exhale out. Good. Inhale, both arms overhead. Lifting the chest, lifting the chin, reaching the right hand down, placing the left hand onto the right ear, and falling over towards the left. Again, we're holding here for 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Releasing the ear, reach both arms overhead. This time, interlace your hands, flipping the palms over as though you're pushing the ceiling away. You're going to fold forward, coming all the way down to the floor, reaching your tailbone back. As you're reaching the hands forward, your chin is to your chest. Again, we're holding here for 5. The more you reach your fingertips forward, the more open the upper part of the back becomes. We're on 3. Just 2 more breaths here for me. 4, maybe with your last exhale and inhale, you're coming down a little further. And 5, good. Go ahead and roll over the knees, coming onto your hands and knees. Move my pillow over. So we're on our hands and knees. Your hands are going to be right underneath your shoulders, and your knees are right underneath your hips. Your knees are about hip distance apart. That's going to be about 2 fists. You can always measure, so you can measure the space. And again, hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. We're going to do a few cat-cows here just to open up the spine. So you're going to inhale, arch the back, looking up. And inhale, chin to chest, pushing the floor away, drawing the belly in. Push through, so pushing the floor as you look up. And exhale, chin to chest for 2. Again, we're working in 5s. Inhale, pushing through. And exhale, chin to chest, 3. Inhale, pushing through. And exhale, chin to chest. That was 4. Your last one. Inhale, pushing through, arching that back. And exhale, chin to chest. Come into your neutral spine. I'm going to inhale, lifting that right arm up towards the ceiling. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to have to thread that right arm through the space between your left knee and your left arm, coming onto your right shoulder and your right ear. Reach that left hand forward and come onto your fingertips. So that way you can feel more lengthening in the upper part of the scapula and underneath the armpit. Holding here for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Placing that left hand down to support yourself as you lift up, reaching that right arm up once again. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Placing that right hand down. Just inhale, arch the back. We're just going to do 1 here. I know I said 5, but we're just doing 1. Bring your chin back to your chest. If you do that cat-cow, come back into your neutral spine. Lifting that left arm up towards the ceiling. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ready to get through that space between that right knee and that right hand, reaching that right hand forward, coming onto your fingertips to get more lengthening on the right side of the body, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Placing that right hand down, reaching that left arm up, again holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Placing that left hand down next to the right. You're going to bring your hand slightly forward. You're going to curl your toes under. You're going to push back into a downward facing dog. So pushing back. Because this may be your first downward facing dog of the day, you can start to pedal your feet out. You can shake your head yes, shake it no, roll your shoulders. Then reach both heels down towards the floor. You're going to start to bend in the right knee. Make sure that your hips are square, that you're not bringing that right hip forward. That is in line with your left. You're holding here. Again, we're holding for 5. We're on 3, so just 2 more breaths. 2. And 1. Go ahead and change. So switch it up, reaching that right heel down, bending in the left knee. And holding here for 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the right knee to meet the left, so you're bending in both knees. Belly is resting on your thighs. You're going to look forward. Go ahead and drop the knees. Come onto your knees. Inhale, arch the back. And exhale, chin to chest. Come back into your neutral spine. Your toes are curled under. You're going to push back into your downward facing dog once again. Good. So we're going to do 5 rounds of this. Go ahead and bend your knees, lift the heels, let your belly rest upon your thighs. Look forward and drop the knees. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, and reach into your chest. Come back into your neutral spine. This is number 3. Toes are curled under. You're going to push back into your downward facing dog. Hold here. Lift the heels, bend the knees, let the belly rest upon the thighs. Look forward at your hands. Go ahead and drop the knees. Inhale, arch the back. And exhale, chin to chest. Neutral spine. Push back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward. Drop the knees. Inhale, arch the back. And chin to chest. This is your last one, I do believe. Push back and downward facing dog. Lift the heels, bend the knees, let the belly rest upon the thighs. Drop the knees, arch the back, and bring your chin to your chest. Go ahead and come onto flat feet. So your feet are no longer flexed. You're gonna let your knees be as wide as your mat if you have a mat. If you don't have a mat, it's gonna be about 2 feet between each knee. And you're gonna push back into what we call child's pose. So push back into child's pose, bringing your hips, your buttocks towards your heels. Hands are reaching forward. Forehead is on the mat or on the floor, or as close to the floor as possible if you can't get your forehead on the floor. Holding here. Breathing here. 3, 2, and 1. Start to walk your fingertips over towards the right. You can place your right hand on top of the left. You want to find lengthening through the left side of the body. Keep reaching that left hip back. Don't let it come forward. Reach it back in order to get more length. Holding here for 5 as well. We're already on 3, 2, and 1. Start to walk your fingertips over towards the left. You can place your left hand onto your right hand, reaching that right hip back. Holding here for 5. We're on 3 once again. 2. And 1. Walk the fingertips back to center. Reaching the hands forward, as far forward, coming onto your chin. Coming onto your chin, looking forward at your hands. You're gonna start to slither forward. And you're gonna come into a low cobra. So, or sphinx pose. So your forearms are on the mat. Fingers are spread wide. And you're gonna push back into your child's pose. Pushing back. You're gonna slither forward. Try to keep your hands in the same space. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. And push back on your exhale. Inhale, slither forward. Staying low. And exhale, pushing back. Just 2 more. Inhale, slither forward. And exhale, pushing back. Your last one, inhale, slithering forward. And exhale, pushing back. Now come onto your belly. Come onto your belly. Bring your arms alongside the body. You can come onto your chin. Interlace your hands behind you. You're going to draw the fists towards your heels in order to lift the head, the neck, and the chest off the mat. Good. Hold here. We're holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower down. Releasing the hands. You can rock your hips from side to side. Come back to your center. Again, coming onto your chin. Interlace your hands. Draw the fist towards your heels in order to lift your head, your neck, and shoulders off the mat. Press into the top of your feet. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower back down. Again, you can rock your hips from side to side. Come back to center. Interlace your hands. Draw the fist towards the floor. Once again, lift the head, the neck, and shoulders off the mat. Press into the top of the feet. Holding here, looking at the tip of your nose. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower down. Release the hands. Because we did a intense upper back bend, in order to counteract that, you're going to push back into your child's pose. So push back into your child's pose just to take that intense curvature out of the upper part of the back. And we're holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come back onto your hands and knees. Hands, once again, are underneath the hands, or underneath the shoulders, and knees are underneath the hips. You're going to curl your toes under, pushing back into that downward facing dog. Good. Reaching that left heel down and reaching that right leg up. Bring that right foot in between your hands. Right foot in between your hands. You're going to cartwheel that left heel down. And we're holding here, looking forward. 3. Well, we're holding here for 5. We're on 3. 2. And 1. You're going to lift up, cartwheeling the arms up into warrior 2. Holding here. And then kind of out of frame. For 3, 2, and 1. Cartwheel your hands down, bring that front foot. lifting that left heel off the mat. You're going to come into a plank and then immediately push back into a downward facing dog. Reaching that right heel down, lifting that left leg up. Bring that left leg or left foot in between your hands. Cartwheel the left right heel down and just look forward. Holding here. You can come onto your fingertips in order to lift the upper part of the chest more. We're on 3, 2, and 1. Again, you're going to cartwheel the arms up, coming into, I'm trying to lower down a little, coming into your warrior 2. Keep the belly pulled in, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cartwheel your hands down, bring that front foot. Step that left foot back to meet the right. Go ahead and drop those knees and make your way to sit. Make your way to sit. So you can sit back on to your block or your pillow or your book, but you should feel a little bit more open in your hips. So your hips shouldn't feel as tight as they did at the very beginning of this. We're actually going to do a little bit of breath work, what we call pranayama. As I was saying before about anxiety and how it can affect the heart rate, being able to control the breath actually allows you to be able to slow down the heart rate. So a very popular mudra to do is, I always think of like surfers when I come into this pose, but you're going to bring in your middle 3 fingers so that you're only left with your pinky and your thumb, okay? We're on our right hand, so you're going to do this with your right hand. You're going to place that right thumb onto your right nostril, leaving the left nostril open. You're going to take a deep inhale through the left nostril. Then you're going to close the left nostril with that pinky and release the right nostril and breathe out. Inhale through the right nostril. Close that off with that thumb. Release that left nostril and exhale out. Inhaling in through the left. Closing it off and exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right. Closing it off. Releasing the left and exhaling out. Inhaling in. Closing it off. Opening the right and exhaling out. Inhaling in. Closing it off. Opening the left and exhaling out. Inhaling in. Closing the left. Opening the right and exhaling out. Last round, inhaling in. Closing it off. Opening the left and exhaling out. Inhaling in. Closing it off. Opening the right and exhaling. Releasing your hands. Extending. We're actually bending the knees. You're going to lower your spine onto the mat. Coming onto your back. Knees are coming in towards the body. If you're able to grab the front of your ankles, go ahead and do so. If not, your palms can be flat on the mat. You're going to inhale, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. And exhale, releasing vertebrae by vertebrae, your spine back onto the mat, lowering your hips back as well. Good. Inhale, lifting up. So curling the spine off of the mat. And exhaling, lowering down. Right now we're breathing in and out through our nose. As you inhale, lifting up. And exhaling down. That was 3, 2 more. Inhaling, lifting up. And exhale, releasing down. Last one, inhale, lifting up. This time, hold here for 5 breaths. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and lower down. And draw your knees into your chest, giving yourself a hug. So pulling it into the body. There we go. And into the body. Let the knees fall over towards the right, placing the right hand onto the left knee, and look over your left shoulder. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, bring the knees back into your chest. Give them a hug. Let them fall over towards the left. Left hand comes onto the right knee. You're looking over the right shoulder and holding here. 3, well, actually that's 2. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring back to center. Bring your head to meet your knees. You're going to rock until you're able to come up to sit. Drawing one heel into the body, the other heel into the body. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart center. Lowering your chin towards your chest. You're going to take a deep inhale into your nose. And open the mouth, exhale the air out. Thank you for this midday practice. I hope this has provided some type of relief, some type of sanctuary for your anxiety. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next week. Namaste.
Thank you, Erica.
Thank you.
Have a great day.